lovers, and welcome to the Liberty Mike podcast, broadcasting from an undisclosed location in the heart of Dixie. I am Michael, and I'm here with Liberty Larry.
How's it going?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm making it.
Good.
That's about the best I can do right now.
Yeah. It might be worthwhile just to bring this up at the beginning. There's nothing in stone yet.
Yep.
But we may come to a time in the next couple of months where this podcast has to go on to hiatus for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have a surgery that I'm probably going to have done.
Yeah.
That's going to lay me up for a while.
You can't set the stuff up in the bed or nothing.
I don't know. I don't know
what
it's
you're going
hard
to be capable of.
Yeah.
Nah, I get it.
Yeah, I might be too stoned to do anything anyway.
Well, there's that.
And like being stuck with very limited activity can hamper my ability to do research and
to
stuff.
look into things. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
So
we'll just have to put up an hour of silence every week.
Yeah.
I'll host it on my own.
We'll let Liberty Larry not talk.
Yeah.
So anyway, just be prepared for that. More information in the future as I figure out what has to be done and what the schedule is going to be.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be a shock to people when it's suddenly like, oh, by the way, you're not going to hear from us for a couple of months.
Yeah.
So that's the reason.
Yeah.
It's not like life threatening or anything either. So don't get
nothing like that.
Yeah. But something must be done.
Relief must be obtained.
Yeah, exactly. It got hot again here.
Yeah, and it's supposed to get cold. I don't like it.
No, it's the warm rain cold part of the year for us. It just it gets warm, it rains, it gets really cold, and then it warms up and it rains and it gets really cold. This is how it goes for the next several months.
It is, but I'll tell you, like the leaves, like all of a sudden just fell. Like I went to leave the house today, and of course I live on a little side road, but you couldn't even see the road for the leaves, and it wasn't like that 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like it just all of a sudden, like, and my yard's the same way. Like I'm gonna have to go cut my grass just to mulch up the leaves.
Yeah, I was thinking I might have to do that too, but I don't want to.
I don't want to either. In fact, I had the opportunity yesterday, and I chose not to. So
yeah, I had to wait till it's pretty cold and then go out there and rake, and trying to
I don't
wrangle
rake.
the jungle between my house and the house next to mine.
Yeah.
Try and cut down some of the
Now's the time of year to do
vines.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, when it's cold outside.
When it's cold, well, that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
I don't want to go out there
year.
and do that
Today.
if you live, if you live here, you're gonna say, that's really not so bad. But
Yeah.
I don't want to do that in 85 degrees.
Yeah.
I want to do that in 55 degrees.
Exactly.
So I thought we were gonna have to cancel today anyway because I was having work done at my house, but they finished, so I don't have just like a hole over my window anymore. That's good.
Yeah.
And I don't have a hole in the wall in my garage anymore, and that's good.
Yeah. Getting the house put back together.
Yeah. Actually, we might have to do this at your house sometime because I'm
when the real construction starts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know what the guy that the guy that I have doing the work is an old friend of mine, and he's very capable, and he's a hard worker, and he's kind of inconsistent in terms of time because he's got a bunch of projects going on at the same time, and he just tries to get to everything always. And so he works like from 6 a.m. till like midnight.
Yeah.
and I had him work on my condo after I moved out of it when I was renting the place.
Yeah.
And well, I wasn't renting it at that moment. It was empty at the time. But I kept getting calls from the condo association about complaints from my neighbors that somebody banging on the walls at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Just having some work done.
I'll have to tell him that he needs to. What's the latest he can be banging on the walls? I'll just tell him he has to be done with the work by that time.
Yeah.
Anyway. but it'll get done eventually, and he does a great job. And
Yeah. That's what matters.
he does it for just slightly over. He doesn't take a lot of profit off of me, so
Yeah.
I appreciate that too.
Absolutely.
I don't know where to begin really tonight. I think I want to begin with Musk's trillion.
Oh, okay.
Because people have been up in arms about this Tesla vote, stockholders vote. I think 2 weeks ago, maybe it might have been 2 weeks ago now.
Okay.
Tesla stockholders, of which I am one.
Yeah.
I bought it when it was really low after he took the job in Trump's administration, and everybody was angry and sold off their stock, and it dropped to like $270 a share or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I bought several shares.
That was a good time to buy it.
Yeah, I think it's at like $450 now. So
Yep.
And I voted. I actually voted against this.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I did. But I'll tell you honestly, I didn't completely I just read the materials real quick. I didn't do a lot of research on it. If I had done more research on it, I might have voted for it.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not totally convinced that I did vote against it.
Oh, really?
I don't actually remember now.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the important vote to me when I was looking at this stuff. It doesn't matter. Okay. Anyway, 3/4 of the shares were voted towards giving him a $1 trillion incentive package if he achieves certain goals in the next decade.
Yeah. Decade's a long time.
Decade's a long time. $1 trillion is a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe not by then, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, that's true. We can talk a little bit more about that going forward too. So, but $1 trillion is what what governments in America spend on education in a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, when you think about it in terms of government spending, it's not really that much
not
money.
A lot
but
of money,
people are upset about him becoming a trillionaire and being the world's first trillionaire and all this money. What a waste of all this money, especially people on the left, of course.
Yeah.
Who don't understand economics.
I was fixing to say who have no business talking about this at all.
Yeah. So he's not taking a salary in this time, but he gets a big stock payout.
Yeah. Potentially.
Well, if he achieves these goals, it will be.
Well, yeah, no, I get that, but like I say, he has to achieve the goals. If he doesn't make it, then there's no payoff at the end.
Yeah, so there's a number of milestones in this, including or maybe primarily, I guess you'd say, increasing the market cap of Tesla by 600% in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Now I can't think if we're talking billions or trillions. But 1.4 to 7.5.
Yeah.
It's a big step up.
Okay. Yeah.
And it would make it the biggest company in the world, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And he's also he's got to sell more Teslas and then the electric vehicles.
Yeah.
In the next decade than have sold so far since the company was founded.
Oh wow.
They're
he just needs to get some of those government contracts. We need, the police driving around in Teslas.
As a libertarian, I'm opposed to that. As a stockholder, I'm okay.
You could get behind it, right?
No, I still oppose it. But his
cops have to have cars, man.
That's true, and these go fast.
Exactly.
You can outrun a cop in a Tesla right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But. The thing that he's talking about all the time is, and this is another thing that people are upset about, is he's not talking about the electric vehicles so much, and that's what Tesla is, and so on. But he's talking about robots.
Well, I was fixing to say, yeah, that's what Tesla is currently. But I can tell you, just as far as Elon Musk, he's not one that's going to stand still, and so Tesla isn't going to stand still. They're not just going to be cars.
Yeah.
And the robotics is where he's wanting to take it.
Mm-hmm. One of these milestones is to sell 1 million of these Optimus, I think is what it's called, the robot.
Yeah.
Which are, I guess we could say, which are in development.
Yeah.
Right. So he's got to sell 1 million of these things that aren't finished yet, and they haven't sold a single one.
Yeah. So he's got some work to do.
So he's got some work to do. Also, to have 10 million of the self-driving, 10 million subs to the total self-driving subscription on the Teslas.
Yeah.
Which I experienced the other night. By the way, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't want it because I like driving, but.
Yeah.
And it's expensive too, but
the fact that you can just program it in and let it do it now is pretty neat. Though.
Yeah, it even like picks out a parking spot for you and everything. It's
neat. Like I said,
it's kind of ridiculous.
The future is now.
Yeah, but seriously, like my friend, I got in the car in my driveway. My friend told the car to go to the restaurant we were going to, and then like sat back.
Yeah,
and we talked the whole way there, and the car just took us there.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
And parked. It did park in a handicap spot, but you couldn't tell. Like we had to take a close look before we realized it was a handicap spot.
Oh, wow.
So I pardoned the car on not recognizing.
Well, I mean, it looked at the occupants and thought, well,
well, maybe that's these old men, they need they need a handicap slot.
Exactly.
And then the other one is to have 1 million of the robo-taxis in operation.
Okay.
And there were a couple other things too, but like those are the highlights, right?
The big stones, yeah.
Yeah. And like here's the thing. If he succeeds in doing all of these things to earn this $1 trillion incentive package, he will have earned this $1 trillion incentive package because he will have generated more wealth than anyone in the history of man.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, these are the type things that like are moving us into the future.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like small developments. Oh, well, we're going to make a car that's even better, or like improvements on things that already exist. This is moving us into things that don't currently exist, that we know are coming. And that they're decided, well, Tesla's going to be the company to take us into that world.
Yeah. Like he's the visionary that's like, okay, I'm going to make this happen.
Exactly.
And he seems like a guy that's driven enough to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's more important than him just generating more wealth than anybody in the history of man. Because I know, especially people on the left out there, they hear a phrase like that and they're like, yeah, okay, like he's not already rich enough.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but he doesn't get all of that wealth. He generates more wealth than anyone in the history of man and spreads it to more people than anyone in the history of man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is...
Yeah. And this is the thing that's like an important aspect of free markets that I think a lot of people don't understand, frankly. But all these, there's this idea of the billionaire industrialist it's the Scrooge McDuck vision of the billionaire industrialist, right?
Yeah.
Who's just like doing snow angels and their piles of gold or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's not what these guys do. For the most part, the people that are earning this kind of money, that are creating and innovating in this way, are putting a lot more hours in than you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing about Elon Musk. I mean, he's like living in these facilities and there all day, all night. Like, I mean, he's not, and this is coming from the people that work for him. Like, he's not one of those that's just like phoning it in.
Yeah.
Like he's in the weeds, in the building, like that type of thing. And you got to respect somebody like that.
Yeah. Well, and I don't have a problem with the billionaire industrialist that's sitting back and, counting his money either. Like the guy that I went to dinner with the other night in the Tesla.
Yeah.
Like that guy is enjoying his money now.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like
he put a lot in to get there.
Yeah. There was a time where he was working 100-hour weeks, week after week after week after week to get himself there.
Exactly. So like I said. But my point just is with Elon is that he's not kicking back enjoying the money right now. Like he's in,
I don't know that he ever will.
He's not that type. It's just not how he's built.
But it's important to remember like the history. And I just bought a book about some of these guys. I haven't read it yet, so we'll probably revisit this topic sometime in the future.
Yep.
But the billionaire industrialists, the Carnegies, Vanderbilts, Morgans, and the like, are the reason that the U.S. became the wealthiest nation in the world.
Yeah.
Like those guys that were doing all this at the turn of the century, from the 19th to the 20th,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
that century,
That century. Yeah.
when the U.S. was still a pretty free market,
Yeah.
are the reason that the U.S. went from a group of disconnected colonies to a brand new nation to the most powerful nation on earth in a century and a half,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
with a civil war to disrupt the whole thing.
Right. Well, there was that too, right?
You know, I mean, this is, yeah. So these guys are, and it's not just, so this country, of course, is wealthy with natural resources also.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of countries that have a lot of natural resources. Venezuela,
Yeah.
all right, which is part of the reason that we're blowing up,
Yeah, that
you know,
we're-
drug boats, is so that we can maybe in the end, I think,
Well, it's over Maduro.
capture.
It's they.
Oh, no. It's not even about Maduro. Well, it's kind of about Maduro, but it's about the Venezuela having the largest oil reserves in
Yeah.
the world.
Well, I say it's about Maduro because he's what's standing in the way.
Yeah.
Like that's the reason I say it's about him. It's at the end of the day, it's about the resources, and we want to put somebody in that will give us better access and better deals to those resources.
Another country that's rich in natural resources, North Korea.
Yeah.
The Soviet Union.
How are they doing?
Yeah, the Soviet Union was.
Yeah.
Now Russia's taken advantage of it. Like since they dropped the whole communism, socialism thing, and have moved on to a freer market, at least a more liberal market. They're turning that into wealth.
Yeah.
But they weren't when they were in the Soviet Union so much.
Yeah.
And of course, North Korea is like one of the poorest
Just
countries in the
destitute.
world.
Yeah.
And but what you need more than natural resources, and in fact, natural resources aren't even that important in the end.
Yeah.
You need innovators, and you need the market freedom to exercise that, and you need the incentives to draw them into it, and that's what this is to Elon Musk.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is an incentive for him to invest his time into making all of this happen.
Yeah.
And all the liberals should be happy anyway, because he'll probably do more for the environment as much as it needs it.
Yeah.
You know, like if you believe in the whole climate change narrative
Yeah.
that we're destroying the earth, that Elon Musk, if he achieves all this stuff, will probably have done more to mitigate climate change than all the governments in the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, and you want that guy in your country doing these things for us.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
the
we don't
wealthy
want to
generates.
buy this stuff from the Chinese. Like 10 years from now, we don't want to be getting our robots from China. We
Yeah.
want to be producing them here in this country.
Yeah, and the wealth that he generates enriches everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of my point. Is as long as he's here doing it here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if he's
Well, actually, like even if they did it in China, it would still be enriching us just through the saving labor,
yeah, that's
like
fair.
freeing up labor to do other more productive things.
Yeah.
It's certainly more helpful here. Like you see it. The world is so connected now that where he is, I don't think has as much impact as it did, for example, at the turn of the 19th and 20th century.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the efforts of those guys enrich the entire world.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have the cities without U.S. steel. I mean, they reduced the price of steel to like 3 or 4 cents on the dollar of what it had been before. Yeah. Like you couldn't have these vertical cities without that, without the innovations that made that steel cheap.
Yeah.
Quality steel cheap, and that benefited the whole world, or at least the urban world everywhere.
Yeah. So.
And it continues to.
Yeah. and this stuff, I mean, potentially with Tesla will be no different.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And it like leads into this other thing that I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit. I've been reading Thomas Paine, who I highly recommend, by the way. He's
yeah.
Oh shoot, I just like
Man,
lost my space.
You just did it, man.
No, that's okay. I got it open
Did you
right back
find
up
it?
to the same.
Wow,
page.
you got lucky.
Yeah. Well, it's because I pulled that page open
Because
so hard that I creased the
Yeah,
thing.
broke the spine.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to read this this quote from The Rights of Man, the second part of Rights of Man. And he says, man, with respect to all those matters, is more a creature of consistency than he is aware, or that governments would wish him to believe. All the great laws of society are laws of nature. Those of trade and commerce, whether with respect to the intercourse of individuals or of nations, are laws of mutual and reciprocal interests. They are followed and obeyed because it is in the interest of the parties to do so, and not on account of any formal laws their governments may impose or interpose.
Yeah.
And it just had me thinking about the government is always taking credit for things that it didn't do.
Yeah.
That the market did, or that individuals did, or just the increase in wealth as a result of the market did. Like, for example, child labor.
Yeah.
So government made laws against child labor, and now they've saved all the children from labor. But child labor was on its way out. It was almost eradicated already just because of a generation of wealth in this country.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you didn't need laws
the
anymore.
kid. Yeah, you didn't need the kids working in the factories anymore because they're becoming more automated.
Well, and because their parents were earning enough money to support the household without the kids working.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Exactly.
And another one that I was thinking about, because I've been reading this book about. So I took. This is back to some roots from high school, like something that I was interested back then, and I came across a book that was about the Opium Wars, and what led into it, but it does a lot of history around the Opium Wars, like.
Yeah. So what exactly are the Opium Wars?
Well, okay, so it was like a bad interaction between the West and China.
Okay.
So I came across it first. I took a course in high school called China and the West.
Yeah.
And it was about our initial interactions, both Europe and the United States, with China in terms of trade. And it ended up falling into the Opium Wars because the British were importing the drug into China from India, from their colonies in India. And the Chinese, it was illegal to the Chinese, and at some point they started trying to stop it, and they thought they could stand up to the Brits, but they didn't have the naval power to do so. And anyway,
so it turned into
it turned into a mess and made China essentially a colony of Great Britain for a period.
Yeah.
That's a total oversimplification, but
It's a very brief synopsis.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But one of the things that came out around this is that during this time, which was the late 18th, early 19th century, the British that were trading in China was the British East India Company, which, while technically a private company, suffered under a lot of oversight from the crown.
Yeah.
Because this is also, I mean, Parliament existed, but it was while the King of England still controlled the government.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this is right after the American Revolution, right? So, it's King George and all that.
Yeah.
So the British East India Company operated under some restrictions and had some, I guess, obligations or duties as a representative of the crown when they were dealing with China. And it created some diplomatic problems.
Yeah.
Because these businessmen couldn't kowtow to the Chinese emperor at the time because it showed a submission of the crown, the King of England, if they did so.
Yeah.
But the American traders in China at the time, they weren't representatives of the American government.
Yeah.
They're
just freelancers.
They were literally free traders.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they didn't have these problems. And over time, the market share of the American traders in China just kept increasing.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have government interfering with their business.
Yeah. Imagine that.
And I mean, I think that that's kind of the point, is that like that's what Thomas Paine is talking about right there, among other things, is that like the rules of trade are for everybody's benefit.
Yeah.
And so the free traders from America were operating with that principle in mind. Like, we're all in agreement here because every single one of us is getting wealthier because of these. Like, we're following the rules and, you know, the rules that we've come to understand as we interact with other people, trying to make deals and increase our own position. And they're doing the same thing. And it all works out for everybody, so we all get along.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas the British, they were hampered in that kind of interaction, like natural interaction between people, because they had to be a representative of the government as well.
Yeah.
And like, I think the most obvious example to talk about like the horrors of government is war, because war is literally a construction of governments.
Yeah.
Like, it does not exist without governments.
Yeah.
There is no war without governments. Yeah. It's not to say that there's no conflict.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, I think the most you end up is like with skirmishes.
Yeah. I mean, you get people that, you know, hate each other for a reason.
Yeah.
Even if it's a stupid reason, but a reason.
Yeah.
And because of some personal interaction, and they have a personal, like there's some kind of personal affront involved.
Yeah. And you can only rally so many people to your cause when that's the reason.
Yeah.
And not to say you can't rally people, but you're not doing what the government's doing.
Which is compelling people.
Exactly.
And of course, you know, like only war being compelled by governments can result in people going and fighting somebody, like literally hating and trying to kill somebody that if it wasn't this situation, they would just as well sit and have a beer with.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because they have no actual complaint about any one of those people.
Yeah.
Nothing's been done to them.
Yeah.
By any one of those people. But they're rallied to hate them and to go try and kill them because their governments are in conflict. And generally, none of those people benefit.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And in fact, most of the time, governments don't benefit either. But,
yeah.
I mean, you know, think of our war in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
We sunk $1 trillion into the war in Afghanistan. We ended up leaving the country in worse shape than when we entered it. And with the people that we wanted to prevent from getting control of Afghanistan, controlling more of the country than before.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it harmed all of us. Because that's $1 trillion of America's wealth that just got blown up over there.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention what it's done to the people that had to go over there and do that.
Yeah. The people that literally got blown up over there and the people that have blown themselves up since they got back in one way or another.
Yeah, exactly.
I just had this moment pop into my mind. If you've ever seen the movie Stripes, about 2/3 of the way through it when the comedy ends, and the serious part of the movie begins, because, you know, comedies can't ever be comedy all the way through for whatever reason. I guess you got to solve the conflict that you created. But their graduation from basic training, and they go running out there, just a bunch of soldiers, and there's like the commander there is like, "Where's your drill sergeant's son?" And he says, "Blowed up, sir." And then, you know, the whole company repeats it behind him. And yeah. But I hope that added a little levity. Maybe it seems inappropriate. I don't know. But that's what popped into my head when I was talking about all this blowing up. All right, I'm stuck. Pick it up.
So, I don't know.
Thanks for your help.
Sorry. Don't have a whole lot for you there.
I think, you know, one of the points of this podcast is to try and show people that government isn't a panacea. And actually it probably multiplies problems instead of solving them.
Yeah.
And we're like a half hour in and I've already had it.
Yeah, that's all you do.
I'm hurting.
Yeah.
So,
well, like I say, I mean, yeah, that's definitely, like I say, civilization can exist without a formal government.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, and I like his idea that like the rules to be followed are natural rights,
Yeah.
and government doesn't create them, and at its best it protects them, and most of the time it doesn't.
Yeah. And the bigger the government, the more it infringes on all of those things.
Yeah.
And makes the whole situation worse, which is crazy because your big government people are always, well, we're only like one regulation away from utopia, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, you're never getting there that way. The only way you get there is by rolling it back, not by rolling it forward.
We understood that at the beginning, and we don't anymore.
Yeah, if you read the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, it's very clear on these things. Like the principles, I mean, was to, yes, we're going to have a government, but it's going to be confined in these areas. And we've completely let loose on that.
Yeah. And read Thomas Paine, Common Sense and the Rights of Man. Like, he makes it even clearer. And I will say, to his credit, because I've been enjoying this read, and like I have the Federalist Papers, and I've read a bunch of them, and they're essentially contemporary with Thomas Paine.
Yeah.
And they're hard to read.
Yeah, it's not a fun read.
Yeah, it's work to read those. Thomas Paine's writing at the same time. He writes beautifully, but it is direct and concise and clear.
Yeah.
And he's kind of a dick sometimes to the people that he disagrees with, which makes it funny too.
Yeah.
He's
the Donald Trump of his time.
This is full of insults. There was a line in a letter that he wrote. It's not in Common Sense or the Rights of Man. It's in some of his other writings, but because he was also doing a journal while he was fighting in the Revolution. He joined like the Philadelphia militia. Yeah. And actually, before I get to that, that's another point to make about the whole government thing too. Because one of the points that people make a lot about why you need government is for protection, security, etc.
Yeah.
That, no government, no military or whatever.
Yeah.
I want everyone to remember that in the American Revolution, the colonies that were here fought off what was arguably the most powerful military in the world after they had thrown off the government.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there was no federal government at the time. Yeah. There were a bunch of independent militias. There were state governments, but they weren't that powerful. And people had a common interest to defend the shores and were able to fight off the most powerful military in the world on the whole without an organized government.
And the reason for that is because of home field advantage, man. Like, when you're defending your land against the enemy invader, we learned this in Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's tried and true.
We learned it in Vietnam too.
But
apparently we didn't.
Well, we didn't learn it. We should have learned it.
Yeah. Well, we probably didn't learn it in Afghanistan either.
We didn't. But it's just a fact. There's like the home field advantage is a big advantage.
Yeah.
And it works in just repelling invaders. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want a standing military that's going to go abroad and like take over the world, then you need a government for that.
Yeah.
But to defend your homeland, you can get by pretty good without that.
Well, the standing military going around taking over the world, that's imperialism. We don't want an empire. We want a republic.
Yeah. It's what we were set up as.
Or anarchy.
Well, yeah.
Whichever.
Yeah. I mean, I'll start with one and move to the other.
Yeah.
Like, can we start with a very limited government and then just keep limiting it?
Yeah, limit it further and further. That would be
Can
nice.
we go the opposite way of where it always goes?
Yeah, that doesn't seem... You start to wonder if that's possible.
Well, I don't think it is. Like, I can't imagine a scenario. I mean, I don't know. I'm not enough of a history buff. I just don't know of a place that's ever happened.
Yeah.
The government always gets bigger. It doesn't regress.
Well,
it takes a hard reset, and then it grows again. Mm-hmm. Seems to be the pattern I see.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, I think that's probably, unfortunately, the way we'll see governments develop forever is that they become too powerful. There's a revolution, rolls it back to the bare bones, and then it accumulates power until another revolution happens.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just seems to be the pattern.
That's too bad. Yeah. But anyway, I do recommend that you read Thomas Paine because he's actually a really kind of a fun and easy read.
Yeah.
I mean, relatively easy for the subject matter, I guess, is what I should say. But I was talking about this letter that he wrote to Sir William Howe, who was the commander of the British forces during the Revolution.
Yeah.
And there's a part in it where he says to Sir William Howe, General Sir William Howe, I guess.
Yeah.
He says, "You, sir, have the venomous malignancy of a serpent and the spiteful imbecility of an inferior reptile." And I just... I actually laughed out loud reading that. I thought that
How
was
much
hilarious.
would you love to hurl that at somebody?
Yeah, I will. And someday I will manage to hurl that at somebody and they'll look at me right in the eye and they'll go, "What?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so great though.
It's a subtle insult these days.
Yeah, well, it is, but
these days it's a subtle insult because they won't understand half the words you just used.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll be like, "Can you repeat that?
Can you write that in a text for me?"
Yeah, can you text that for me? Oh man.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up because we might be doing some shorter podcasts for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm good with it. So.
We usually say that and it doesn't work out.
Yeah, well, I told you when we started, I was like, we can try to keep it short, but we never do.
Yeah, and we did all right tonight. It's like 35 minutes or so. So I think that's plenty. I've been preoccupied with some other things, so I didn't do as much prep as I would have liked to.
Well, and I was just going to kind of mention, I know there's a lot of other news out there that people might have been expecting us to latch on to this week, but we'll get to that stuff.
Like what?
Epstein. I don't know.
Are we still talking about Epstein?
You sound like Trump. That was exactly what he said. No, I know there's a lot of other stuff, but like I say, we'll get to it. I feel like this was a better conversation though. Mm-hmm. And that it kind of more gets to our roots because that's kind of what we started this podcast for anyway. It wasn't so much like news of the day, but like the heavier kind of like libertarian takes and that type of thing. More
philosophy of government
and just sprinkling in more of the news when it kind of fits in. And I kind of...
And it's kind of become a news program.
It's really become more of a news thing. And I think we might kind of redirect that a little bit. And not that I don't want to talk about news. I think news is fun and it's fun to talk about. But maybe lean a little more into the philosophical libertarian type area.
Yeah. Okay, listeners, tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Should we continue the way we've been going and focus on current events and immediate just kind of policies and so forth, or should we try and redirect back to what we used to do? I say that we used to do. I don't know that we ever actually succeeded in. Well, we did some at the very beginning.
At the beginning, that's where we started for sure. But it drifted pretty quick though.
Yeah.
To more of news of the day and less of stuff like this.
At the very beginning, was the first Venezuela stuff.
Yeah.
And so that got us pretty focused on the news.
Yeah.
Then. So, yeah.
Well, and it was hard at that time because we started and then the whole Trump phenomenon started and was getting going. So, and I like kind of what we did tonight where we took a news of the day thing and kind of moved it into more of the philosophy. I like that model. So, but yeah, definitely interested in hearing what the people think.
Yeah. Should we focus more on philosophy of government, more, I kind of want to say esoteric, but at least more abstract concepts, or stay more with the concrete current events type of format?
Yeah.
Gary will set up a poll on the Facebook page.
As soon as I figure out how to do that.
Can't be that hard.
Can't be that hard.
Lots of people that don't seem that bright do it. So
yeah, well, you got to remember who you're dealing with, buddy. Technology is not a second language for me.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, let's see. Next week we plan to record on the day after Thanksgiving.
I think so. I mean, that's definitely the plan. It's only the busiest shopping day of the year, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, exactly. You want to get away.
Oh, I want to get away. That ain't the problem.
Yeah. I'm actually working half day.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving too. And it's the afternoon, not the morning, because I got people coming out to do some work at my house in the morning. So
On Thanksgiving?
no, day after.
Oh, day after. Okay.
Yeah, not on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Thanksgiving, I'm actually not working at all.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Well, I say that. I am
You
not.
You know how that ends.
Yeah. But anyway, we're planning to be here next week on the day after Thanksgiving to record another podcast. So in the meantime, though, you can follow us on Facebook. You can subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Podbean. Like and share, comment, subscribe. You can always email me at michael@thelibertymike.com if you're not comfortable answering Gary's poll in public. Or if you can't figure out how to set it up.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can just leave a comment on the podcast on the Facebook page. That'll work too. Or the YouTube page.
Yeah.
Or the Podbean page.
Wherever you pick this up from.
Yeah. The only place you can't leave a comment is on our website, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because I turned that off.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Well, I turned it off because it's an easy vector to attack the website.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, plug all the holes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all those other places, the ones that are somebody else's problem to protect,
Go for it.
Yeah, you can leave comments there. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll be back next week when we finally get this right. And in the meantime, try to stay free.
Life short, live free.
Ciao.
Later.